On the first episode, we had discussed commitment. Today, we are going to expose the second secret to a happy family life, and that is teamwork. So, if you see this content to be something that is going to be helpful, like I would always say, please kindly subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification, continue to share and like. That way, you are going to support us. And so, today, let's talk about teamwork as one of the 12 secrets to having a happy family. What is teamwork? Well, another word for teamwork is collaboration or cooperation. When there is teamwork in a family, husband and wife are like pilots and co-pilots which have the same flight plan. And so if turbulence ensue in that flight, their goal is for both of them to land the flight safely. Like I would always tell you, marriage will always come with its challenges. And so when these challenges ensue or present itself, the goal is, as a team, you should be looking at things in the plural, not in the singular. That means what you should be asking yourself at that point in time is, how are we going to solve this problem? This is not a time for you to say, how am I going to solve the problem? Because now you are both a team. The principle I will find to be very helpful here is one that I find very helpful in the Holy Book, which is that they two shall become one and no longer two. Marriage is not a solo act. Marriage mates should act as a team to make sure that their marriage is successful. Why does teamwork matters? When there is conflict in a marriage, which there will always be, marriage mates who are not a team will rather attack each other rather than attacking the obstacle. And so you see why teamwork is really important there. In fact, the very essence of every marriage is teamwork. You realize that if there is no teamwork in that marriage, two people will be living in the same house, that's the marriage house, they will be living in the same house as house or flatmate rather than teammate, which is not supposed to be so. Husband and wife should live as teammates, and that way they will be on the same page. If they are not a team, when problem occur in the marriage, they would find it very difficult to come to a common ground on how to solve a particular problem. And thus, when there is no teamwork in that marriage, you now begin to see in such kind of family, minor issues become major obstacle. Very small things, they turn it into a very big situation or scenario. Now, what can you do to test yourself if there is teamwork in your marriage? I'm going to give you 3 things to ponder on, and if your answer to this question or one of these questions is a yes, it means therefore that you need to work more on your quality of teamwork in your marriage. Number 1 question I would like you to look at is, the money I earn, does it belong to me alone? That's one question I need you to understand. Number 2, if I want to relax, do I need to go away from my spouse or from my mate in order to have that relaxation that I want? Find a way to answer that question. Number 3 question is, do I see my spouse relative as people I need to keep a distance from, even when I know that they are close to my spouse? Now, if your answer to 1 or 3 of these questions is a yes, then it means that you need to work more on the quality of teamwork. And so this is my assignment to you as a spouse. I need you to answer or discuss these 3 questions together as a spouse. Number 1, in what aspects of my marriage do we perform well as a teammate? Number 2, in what aspect of our marriage do we need to improve on? And number 3, how can we increase the spirit of our teamwork? Now discuss those 3 aspects as a spouse and then see how the quality teamwork is going to be improved in your marriage. These are my tips for you to bring today's context to a close. Imagine yourself on a tennis game on the opposite side of the game. That's not going to be helpful, right? Because you're going to be attacking each other. Rather, look for practical ways to make sure that you are on the same team as your husband. That is really going to help you a lot. That is what teamwork will afford you as a family. So instead of looking for how I am going to win, look for how are we going to win. That is how spouse should be. Okay. So look for how to solve problems instead of expatiating on the problem. Teamwork is really important, and like I said, it is the essence of every marriage today. Another principle that I see very helpful here is what the Holy Book also says: do not always look only for your own interest alone, but also rather look out for the interest of the other person. I hope you learned today, and I will see you on another context. Same on this program. We will be talking about another secret, which is respect. See you then.